$2 billion generated. Could this revenue be reinvested in the super system to support women and low-income Australians, as Greg Combet has suggested?
Look, the purpose of raising this money from superannuation tax concessions is to improve the structural position of the budget. You know, we see this as an important investment in responsible economic management. This is a common sense change that will improve the budget over time. Now, separately, we have said for some time, since before the election, after the election, I said it last Monday in a speech to the superannuation sector, you know, when we can afford it, we would like to pay the superannuation guarantee on paid parental leave. That's been our position, and we mean it. But this change that we're proposing today is not about redirecting it to another purpose. It's about improving the structural position of a budget that we inherited with $1 trillion of deficits as far as the eye can see.
Treasurer, here and then Catherine.
Treasurer, you've given 2 years' notice. The people who have the $100 million do know their way around the tax superannuation system. Are you concerned there may be behavioural change by these people ahead of this to avoid a higher tax rate? And are you going to index the $3 million?
Two great questions. So on the first one, we do expect that people will respond to this announcement that we've made today. But you need to remember that concessions in the tax system will still be there for people with large balances, but they will be slightly less concessional. So when people go through their own arrangements, some people might take their money out of super, but more likely people compare the 30% headline rate with their marginal tax rate and decide to leave it where it is. People will make their own decisions, and that's fine. That's a good thing. Part of our costing is based on some people getting out, but more likely people will receive a tax concession, but slightly less so. On the indexation of the $3 million, I don't intend to index the $3 million threshold. You know, obviously, part of the consultation that Treasury engages in between now and the budget, people will raise issues, including perhaps that one. But my starting point, my intention, is not to index it because we need to make superannuation more sustainable over time. You know, as you understand, Shane, and many of you understand here, you know, when we get these little upward revisions to revenue in the near term, it can distract us from the massive structural deficit, the structural challenges in the budget more broadly. And so our job, my job and Katie's job in particular, but the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, is to try and make the budget, put the budget on more sustainable footing, and non-indexing the threshold is part of that effort.